Well, welcome to another episode of Bushcraft Dave, out on a big walk. Today finds me back, ready to take on Kinder Scout. From a different side this time. Last week's walk saw me taking on the sort of southeastern side. Today is the sort of west-northwest side of the approach to Kinder Scout, taking in Kinder Downfall. Hence the name of this walk, which is walk number 26, Kinder Downfall. I had intended to bring out with me a Kinder egg to eat at the top of this, but I left it in my car and I can't be bothered to walk back and go and get it. But I have got some fantastic grub to eat when I'm up there. Now there is a car park here, Bowden Bridge, but I've parked just outside of the village of Hayfield, just outside the Sportsman Inn. Thought it might be quite a useful place to get back to when I finish the walk. This is a level 5 difficulty walk from the Collins Rambler's Guide to the Peak District, walk number 26. It is 8 mile. Now when I planned this out on my route planner, it did say it was about 9.5 miles, but I think that's because it was taking me from the village of Hayfield rather than maybe the Bowden Bridge car park, or maybe even a bit further up. So it's going to be a big one. There are some steep climbs and sharp descents as well, so might be a bit more scrabbling around like last week, but it's a popular route. I'm glad I got out early. I set off at 7:30 this morning because I've got a busy day. I wanted to try and get the walk in fairly early on. So I actually got here about 8:30, 8:45. I've got about 4 hours to try and get this 4.5 hour walk done. I've got my packed lunch with me. It's a beautiful morning. The sun's already coming up. I think there could be some spectacular footage today. It's a really important walk, which we'll talk about later in the video. We'll get to see Kinder Downfall. Hoping there's been enough rainfall to give us an impressive waterfall, and just the other peaks and beauty at the top of Kinder Scout. So thank you for joining me, and let's see how this adventure goes. So one of the reasons that this walk is particularly important is that it was the starting point and the route of what was called the mass trespass, which happened in April 1932. There was around 400 ramblers that set off from Bowden Bridge Quarry, pretty much where we saw that car park earlier on, and they set off on this mass trespass in order to protest really the fact that they were not allowed to roam freely on the highest part of the Peak District, Kinder Scout. The land at the time was used primarily for grouse shooting, and so the wealthy landowners and the gamekeepers were keeping people off the land so that they couldn't go and explore the beauty that was up there. And so these 400 ramblers, protesters, set off together as a coordinated walk from Bowden Bridge Quarry all the way up, ascending William Clough, and then spread out across the top of Kinder Scout to cause a nuisance. As a result, one gamekeeper was injured in the sort of arguments and issues that happened later on, and a few of the ramblers, not many of them, I think it was about 5, were given prison sentences as a result. However, their point had been made, and the rambling establishment was united for the first time. When the national park was formed in 1951, access agreements were arranged and negotiated with the landowners, and today the whole of Kinder is open access land. So thanks to that mass trespass, we're able to roam the beautiful Kinder Scout. Amazing. Well, I'm at the highest point of the walk today, over 600 metres, something like 2,000 and odd feet, I'm not sure. I've got about an hour and a half left to go. Been going for about 2.5 hours. The up was incredibly tough. I don't think it was as tough as last week, but weirdly for ages I was almost lulled into a false sense of security, like the walk wasn't too bad, and then it just got steep for absolutely ages. It was okay, but really challenging. And I'm just coming up to one of the way markers, one of the trig points. I haven't even checked my map for a while. I couldn't even tell you which one it is, what it's called. Kinderlow? We'll have a look in a minute. And just look at all the views. Absolutely nothing. Fortunately, I have got my sat nav on my watch. Right, we're at the top, so time to go back down. I found out what the trig point's called. It is Kinderlow at 633 metres. Another one that I can tick off from the Ethels, the list of all the high points in the Peak District. Another one down. Right, let's find our way back through all this mist. That's what I came out of. This is what I'm walking into. Back down into the valley. Try and find my car. Right, I've got about 1 mile to go. Just come down into this beautiful little, I guess it's a village. I mean, 2 houses. Does 2 houses make a village? There's a few. I found a couple of picnic benches. A perfect place, I think, with a mile to go to have my food. Let's see what I've brought. There we go, there's my feast for my refuel. Lovely salad with some cherry tomatoes, some grapes, ham. I've got some fantastic cheeses. I've got a Beacon Fell Lancashire cheese, and I've got some Wykes Farm vintage signature cheddar, Scotch egg, pork pie, some pickle, tomato chutney, and some gherkins and pickled onions, plus a fantastic roll, a pumpernickel bread roll. That is my on the Peak District ploughman's lunch. Well, that was super delicious. Haven't even got close to finishing it at all. I've got an apple as well. I've got apples and grapes and cheese and everything. The cheese was delicious. with the pickle, bit of pork pie, bit of Scotch egg. Absolutely delicious. Just the sort of refuel I need after what's been quite a difficult walk, if I'm being honest. The up was challenging. The down was also quite challenging. I've fallen over a couple of times as well. On the route down, it got a bit peaty and a bit skiddy. But hey ho, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? And I'm just working my way back now to the car. I've just passed the car park that I passed right back at the beginning of the walk. It's been a good one. The only thing I'd say is I really couldn't see anything up at the top. And so to have done the difficult climb up and then the tricky climb back down, to have not really seen anything was a little bit disappointing. And Kinder Downfall was nowhere to be seen, which is a shame, having come all this way and done this walk. But hey, it's part of the adventure of doing these walks, isn't it? So that's walk number 26, Kinder Downfall, done, ticked off. I've got 4 more walks left from the Rambler's Guide to the Peak District now, 27, 28, 29 and 30. But I won't be getting to them until the new year now, because as November draws to a close, we head up into the Christmas period, don't we? So schedule gets a bit busy, work, rehearsals for shows that I'm doing, family commitments, all those kind of things, all good stuff because it's Christmas, but it means that I'm not really going to be able to head out on a weekend to try and get a big walk in. So I might have to do some diddly tiny walks, but that's all good as well. But I've got a few plans. So over the festive period, I've got a few ideas of things that I'm going to try and squeeze in to my schedule and hopefully for you to enjoy. Which we'll start off with next week. Will be a video where I'm giving you ideas for what to buy for people who are into bushcraft and hiking and camping. So I found a few things, a few stocking fillers, all reasonably priced things that I've picked up from the shops. So I'm going to talk about them and give you some ideas in case you've got some family out there that you think might be interested in a little small bushcrafty camping, hiking type gift. But that's to look out for next week as we're heading into the first of a few festive bushcraft days. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me on my adventure today. My early set off, it's around about, I must be coming up to 1 o'clock now. Yeah, 1:45. So I've been on the go 4 hours for this hike with only that little stop right at the end. It's been a corker, very enjoyable, and as always, see you in the next one. Reunited with the Kinder Egg that I should have had up on Kinder Scout. And unlike when I was a kid who wanted the toy, all I really want is the chocolate. Ta-ta, everybody. I struggle to get up to it. Bear with. Bear with. Let's see if I can get up. Ah.